You've been told your whole life that sugar is the enemy, that if you just stop eating sweets, the fat will melt off. Your energy will skyrocket, and your health will magically improve. But what if I told you that cutting sugar isn't the miracle solution you've been led to believe? In fact, eliminating sugar the wrong way could actually make you gain weight, feel more tired, and even sabotage your progress. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Most people fail at losing weight because they focus on the wrong things. They fall for quick fixes, crash diets, and promises that sound too good to be true. And when they don't see results, they blame themselves. But what if there was a smarter way? A way to lose fat, boost your energy, and transform your health without starving yourself or giving up all the foods you love. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what works, backed by science, and why cutting sugar isn't the magic bullet everyone claims it is. Is cheeky with me, and you'll discover how to take control of your body, your cravings, and your results, starting today. It's tempting to believe that cutting sugar will magically transform your face overnight, making it slimmer and more defined. But here's the truth. Without a calorie deficit, those changes will barely scratch the surface. Sure, you might lose a couple of pounds in 2 weeks, but most of that will be water weight, not fat. Where your face genuinely looks less puffy comes from months of consistent healthy eating and physical activity. Think of it like sculpting a statue. You can't expect to see the masterpiece after just a few taps of the chisel. Now, let's talk about what actually works. If you're serious about reducing facial bloating, start by managing your calories and staying hydrated. For example, swap sugary drinks for water or herbal teas and focus on nutrient-dense foods like leafy greens and lean proteins. Combine that with regular physical activity, and you'll start seeing subtle but meaningful changes over time. Remember, it's not about quick fixes. It's about building habits that stick. Did you know that sustained weight loss can even improve your brain function? The idea that cutting sugar will sharpen your vision and supercharge your brain in just 2 weeks sounds amazing, doesn't it? But let's be real. Neurological changes don't happen overnight. Improvements in focus, memory, and even vision are tied to long-term lifestyle changes, not short-term sugar Sure, a healthier diet can reduce oxidative stress and inflammation over time, which benefits your brain and eyes. But expecting noticeable results in just 14 days, that's wishful thinking. Real progress takes months, sometimes years, of consistent effort. Here's the good news. Sustained weight loss and a balanced diet rich in nutrient-dense foods can absolutely boost your brain power. For example, incorporating omega-3 rich foods like salmon or walnuts supports cognitive function, while maintaining stable blood sugar levels helps with focus and energy. But don't fall for the hype of quick fixes. Lasting changes require patience. Promises of rapid improvements in kidney and cardiovascular health after cutting sugar might sound appealing, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Remodeling organs like your kidneys or strengthening your arteries is a process that takes months, even years, of consistent lifestyle changes. While reducing triglycerides and oxidative stress is possible with a healthier diet, expecting your body to undo years of damage in 2 weeks is simply unrealistic. Think of it like planting a tree. It takes time for the roots to grow deep and the branches to flourish. That said, every small step counts. Cutting back on fructose-laden processed foods and focusing on whole, unprocessed options can reduce the strain on your liver and kidneys over time. Pair this with regular physical activity, and you're setting the stage for real, measurable improvements in your cardiovascular health. But here's the thing, your body's water balance and how often you visit the bathroom might also change along the way. Have you ever heard that cutting sugar can magically stop those annoying nighttime trips to the bathroom? Well, here's the truth. It's not that simple. Carbohydrates play a key role in water retention, storing water in your muscles as glycogen. When you cut carbs drastically, your body loses water, which might initially reduce nighttime urination. But here's the catch. This effect is temporary and often misunderstood. Bodybuilders, for example, manipulate carbs before competitions to control water weight, but this isn't a sustainable solution for most people. If you're waking up frequently at night, the real culprit might be something more serious, like insulin resistance or even undiagnosed diabetes. Instead of focusing solely on sugar, aim for a balanced diet that includes complex carbs, proteins, and healthy fats. This helps stabilize your blood sugar and keeps your body functioning smoothly. Cutting sugar is often marketed as the ultimate energy booster, but let's take a closer look. While it's true that eliminating sugary snacks can prevent those infamous energy crashes, cutting too many calories can leave you feeling drained instead of energized. Your body needs carbohydrates. Yes, even sugar in moderation to fuel daily activities. For example, fructose from fruits provides a steady source of energy without the spikes and crashes caused by processed sugar. The key isn't elimination, it's balance. If you're looking for stable energy throughout the day, focus on a nutrient-dense diet with complex carbs, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Think oatmeal with almond butter for breakfast or a quinoa salad with grilled chicken for lunch. These meals keep your blood sugar steady and your energy levels consistent. But here's the thing, energy isn't just about food. It's also about managing cravings, which can sabotage even the best intentions. The promise of fewer cravings after cutting sugar sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But here's the reality. A calorie deficit can actually increase your cravings, especially if you're not eating enough protein or complex carbohydrates. Your body craves what it's missing. And if you cut sugar without replacing it with nutrient-dense alternatives, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Well, for example, swapping a candy bar for a handful of almonds or a Greek yogurt with berries can satisfy your sweet tooth while keeping hunger at bay. The trick to managing cravings isn't elimination. It's smart substitution. Incorporate foods that are high in fiber and protein, like lentils, eggs, or whole grains to keep you fuller for longer. And don't forget, sometimes cravings are emotional, not physical. A quick walk or even a glass of water can help you pause and reassess whether you're truly hungry. The promise of fewer cravings after cutting sugar sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But here's the reality. A calorie deficit can actually increase your cravings, especially if you're not eating enough protein or complex carbohydrates. Your body craves what it's missing. And if you cut sugar without replacing it with nutrient-dense alternatives, you're setting yourself up for frustration. For example, swapping a candy bar for a handful of almonds or a Greek yogurt with berries can satisfy your sweet tooth. While keeping hunger at bay, the trick to managing cravings isn't elimination. It's smart substitution. Incorporate foods that are high in fiber and protein, like lentils, eggs, or whole grains, to keep you fuller for longer. And don't forget, sometimes cravings are emotional, not physical. A quick walk or even a glass of water can help you pause and reassess whether you're truly hungry. Cutting sugar is often hailed as a cure-all for inflammation, but let's not oversimplify things. While it's true that reducing sugar can lower oxidative stress and inflammation over time, these benefits don't happen overnight. Any calorie deficit, not just cutting sugar, can lead to initial improvements. For example, someone who swaps sugary sodas for water might feel less bloated and notice subtle changes. But significant reductions in pain or stiffness require months of consistent effort. The real magic happens when you combine dietary changes with other healthy habits. Regular physical activity, like walking or weight training, helps reduce inflammation by improving circulation and muscle strength. Pair that with a high-protein diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods like salmon, spinach, and turmeric, and you're on the right track. But here's where things get tricky. What about those bold claims of losing 13 pounds in 2 weeks? The claim of losing at least 13 pounds in 2 weeks might sound tempting, but let's call it what it is. Bullshit. Even losing 10 pounds in that time frame would be extraordinary, and most of it would be water weight, not body fat. Sustainable weight loss happens at a much slower pace, typically 1 to 2 pounds per week. Promises like these set people up for disappointment and can lead to feelings of failure when the results don't match the hype. It's like expecting to run a marathon after 2 days of training. It's just not realistic. Instead of chasing impossible numbers, focus on progress you can actually maintain. A calorie deficit combined with regular physical activity, like walking 10,000 steps a day or incorporating weight training, is a proven formula for long-term success. And remember, the scale isn't the only measure of progress. Improved energy, better sleep, and reduced inflammation are just as important, but unrealistic expectations can do more harm than good. Unrealistic expectations, like losing 13 pounds in 2 weeks, don't just set you up for failure. They can completely derail your journey. When people don't see these exaggerated results, they often feel discouraged and give up on healthy habits altogether. This cycle of disappointment fuels the larger issue of the obesity epidemic, where quick fixes overshadow the importance of long-term, sustainable changes. It's like trying to build a house on sand. Without a solid foundation, everything collapses. The solution lies in setting realistic expectations and embracing gradual progress. Losing even half a pound per week might not sound exciting, but over time, it adds up to meaningful change. Plus, slow and steady weight loss is more likely to preserve muscle and improve your overall health. By focusing on small, consistent victories, you'll build habits that stick. But here's another common misconception: the confusion between sugar and carbohydrates. One of the biggest misconceptions in the world of nutrition is lumping sugar and carbohydrates into the same category. Sure, all sugars are carbs, but not all carbs are sugars. Confusing the two leads to misguided advice, like avoiding whole grains or fruits because they contain sugar. In reality, complex carbs like oats and sweet potatoes are nutrient powerhouses that provide sustained energy and essential glycogen for your muscles. Cutting these out entirely does more harm than good. The inconsistency in how sugar and carbs are discussed often shifts the focus away from what really matters: calorie control and food quality. Instead of demonizing carbs, prioritize nutrient-dense options and avoid processed sugars. For example, swapping a sugary cereal for oatmeal with berries gives you fiber, vitamins, and a steady energy boost. The claim that carbohydrates, especially sugar, are the primary cause of fat buildup in the liver is a gross oversimplification. While excessive fructose consumption from processed foods can contribute to triglyceride accumulation, the real culprit is an overall calorie surplus. Whether those extra calories come from sugar, fat, or even protein, your body will store the excess as fat. It's not about one macronutrient. It's about the bigger picture of your diet and lifestyle. Factors like poor sleep, chronic stress, and lack of physical activity play a much larger role in liver health than sugar alone. For example, someone who eats a balanced diet but doesn't move much is still at risk of fat buildup. The key is to focus on calorie control and regular exercise, like brisk walking or strength training, to keep your liver functioning optimally. But let's not forget another popular claim. Can cutting sugar really improve your skin? The idea that cutting sugar can magically clear up your skin is appealing, but it's not the whole story. While a diet high in processed sugar can contribute to inflammation and worsen conditions like acne, simply cutting sugar won't guarantee glowing skin. Skin health is influenced by a combination of factors, including hydration, hormones, genetics, and overall diet quality. For example, a lack of omega-3 fatty acids or vitamin E can also impact your skin's appearance. That said, reducing sugar can help by stabilizing blood sugar levels, which may prevent spikes in insulin that can trigger oil production and inflammation. Pair this with a diet rich in antioxidants, like those found in leafy greens, berries, and nuts, and you'll be giving your skin the nutrients it needs to thrive. But remember, skin health is a marathon, not a sprint. Speaking of long-term benefits, let's wrap up by discussing the overall impact of cutting sugar on your longevity. Cutting sugar is often marketed as a key to living longer, but the truth is more nuanced. While excessive sugar consumption is linked to chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, longevity depends on a combination of factors. A balanced diet, regular exercise, quality sleep, and stress management all play critical roles in extending your lifespan. Cutting sugar is just one piece of the puzzle. What's important is focusing on sustainable habits rather than extreme restrictions. For example, swapping sugary drinks for water or herbal teas is a simple change that can reduce your risk of disease over time. Pair this with nutrient-dense foods like vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, and you're setting yourself up for a healthier, longer life. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Small, consistent changes lead to big results over time. So now you know the truth about sugar and how it really impacts your body, your energy, and your health. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep falling for the same myths and quick fixes that never work? Or are you ready to take control, make smarter choices, and finally see the results you've been chasing? Think about it. What would your life look like if you applied even half of what you've learned today? Imagine waking up with more energy, feeling confident in your body, and knowing you're on the path to a healthier, longer life. What's stopping you from starting right now? Let me know in the comments. What's the first change you're going to make today? Or, if you've already started cutting sugar, what's been your biggest challenge so far? I'd love to hear your story. And don't forget, this is just the beginning. If you want to keep learning how to transform your health and reach your goals faster, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Let's do this together. Your future self will thank you.